Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so today is like kind of a weird topic. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's about just like pictures and taking photos in general in the state that I have been. So, for those of you who don't know, I am turning 30 years old in 2 weeks. Over the past 10 ish years, 10, 12 years, I have gained over 170 pounds and I'm currently on the down slope. Thank God we are releasing weight. This is from literal years of dealing with food addiction as well as hormone imbalances and PCOS and all the fun stuff that we deal with as women. But really, mostly it's been the food addiction and binge eating that I've dealt with for so long that has caused me to spiral and hit the heaviest weight that I would ever imagine I could ever be. So, the whole topic today and everything I wanted to talk about was in regards to like pictures and taking photos. And the reason that this has actually come up is because a few weeks ago I was over at my friend Haley's house and she had a slideshow on her Google TV, and it was just photos that she put in, and pictures of us from college were in there, and pictures of her baby and her wedding. And it was seriously so much fun just sitting there watching this slideshow. And it inspired me to do it on my own TV when I got back after traveling for a couple weeks. Not relevant, but anyways, back in Florida. And I decided today to start putting pictures in an album to display on my TV. The pictures that she had posted on her slideshow, I haven't seen in years. I have avoided photos for looking at photos for so long because I couldn't believe where I ended up in terms of weight and how heavy I've gotten. And it was honestly just really depressing and sad to see what I used to look like and how much I have changed. And then any photo that has been taken over the past 10 years as I have slowly gained weight, I just couldn't believe what I looked like at that time. I would take the photo and be like, this is the heaviest I've ever been. This is disgusting. I cannot stand this photo. And then I'd gain more weight and more weight. And every step of the way, that continued to happen. And I would see old photos occasionally and be like, wow, I wish I could go back to that. I hated how I looked when I was on the rise, but obviously hindsight is 2020. And yeah, now we are in a position where I'm coming from the heaviest that I have ever been, and I'm on the downslope, which is amazing. But I am looking at a lot of these photos for the first time, and I can't believe it. It's actually bringing me so much joy to see these, and also giving me inspiration. Like, I'm gonna look like that again. Like, finally. I think it's really hard when you're trying to focus on what you want to look like and your future and manifest that vision for yourself, but it's really impossible to think of yourself as a person that you've never been. Like, I look at these pictures from like 10, 7 years ago, and I guess that's what I will look like, but I'm like older now and still looking different. And it's really interesting just to put that all into perspective. So I've been going through old photos, and I really can't explain how happy it has made me. And like watching this slideshow is truly amazing, and it means more to me than maybe anybody could ever realize. So, to backtrack, I always loved taking pictures. I was the one who brought my digital camera around everywhere in like middle school and high school. And I just wanted to make sure everything was always documented. And I took the pictures, and I always asked people to take pictures of me. Like, pictures were everything. Like, I loved it at camp, at school. Like, I always brought my camera around, and it was pictures of people. Like, I wasn't taking pictures of landscape, it was always just to remember certain memories. And those pictures sometimes maybe got me in some trouble, especially in high school when I was stupid, uploading photos into an album and naming it something inappropriate. Got in trouble in high school. Actually, I'll just tell the story because I don't want to leave people wondering. Basically, when I was in a cheerleader in high school, we were on the JV team, and then there was obviously a varsity team. So we were freshmen, and we had cheerleading practice, but we had a photo shoot day. So we were practicing while we were waiting to get our photos taken, and it was around other people. And one of the girls on varsity, like, said loudly, like, look at those attention seeking whores. I don't know, maybe we were throwing stunts and shit, but like we were doing our practice. I don't know what to tell you. And so I took all the photos from that day and uploaded them to an album on Facebook, and I captioned it attention seeking whores. And I got in a lot of trouble. My high school got me in a lot of trouble. My cheerleading coach, it was just like a horrible day. I remember going into my vice principal's office. Actually, he was really chill about it. The worst person was my cheerleading coach. She hated me from the start. Well, I guess maybe I know why, because I did something like that, but like she really hated me. I even had it in quotes. Like it wasn't like I was calling us whores, but whatever. Anyways, my mom made me go to her house after school, and I had to apologize to her face, and she hated me for the rest of high school. But I wasn't too thrilled about her either. Anyways, so yeah, sometimes I guess the digital camera could get me in trouble when I think about it. But back to the point of the story. So, anyways, I used to love taking photos and just having these memories. And I was the type of person who would just take a photo with everybody and share photos with people. I don't know. Obviously, when I started going on the up in terms of weight, I did not want to be in any photos at all. I was horrified by how I looked, like truly horrified. And again, this started with me just gaining like 10 or 15 pounds at the beginning after my freshman year of college. That's when I started seeing that weight, and I'm like, "Oh my god, like this is bad." And now ironically, since I started college being way significantly way more weight, you look at it and I'm like, that really wasn't that bad, but at the time it felt like the worst possible thing to happen to me. So I'd be in photos, but like I wouldn't love them. And yes, of course, occasionally I would get a good angle and whatnot, but I started getting reluctant around photos in college for sure. I think I still took a lot, and I was, my friends were always taking pictures, so I was taking pictures. But it's very interesting actually, because I did an episode recently on clothing and what I wore in college, and I look back to the times where like I really gained weight in college and I had nothing to wear, and the outfits that I was choosing, it was comical to look back on. It's embarrassing, honestly. But yeah, pictures are a huge part of my life. So post college, I found when I was uploading all these pictures into this drive to create this folder, I was looking at all these pictures of just like post college, and a lot of them is just me and my friends just doing dumb shit like late at night in Hoboken. We had the best years of our lives post college. Like I loved that time in my life, but even still, had some pictures. I think it's like I fluctuated weight a lot after college, and there's like a certain year where I actually really like how I look. I didn't at the time. I thought I was like the heaviest person, but I look back now and I'm like, that's where I want to be. But it's very interesting because at the time you hate it. So, anyways, those pictures were really cool to see. But probably post, I don't know, definitely post 2020, like COVID, I just stopped being in pictures. Even just like maybe a little bit before I held back, I stopped wearing like shorts. I would only wear pants. I wouldn't want to wear like any shorts and be photographed if I was wearing shorts. But definitely like post 2020, I like really, really shied away from pictures. Like I would be with family and there would be a group of us and they'd go take a group picture and I would take it, or I would get in it and I'd be like, do not post that. Or somebody would take a video of the room and I was in it and I would avoid getting in the camera. Like there was nothing I wanted less than to be in a photo. Like I just wanted to avoid the camera. I didn't want myself in photos. I do look back at it now and I actually wish I got in more because I wish I had a lot more of these before photos. But at the end of the day, yeah, I hated it. I avoided it for so long. Not only did I wish I got in it before, excuse me, not only did I wish that I got into them before photos, but I do also I think I missed out on a lot of like good memories by not documenting it. Like it's not even like I took pictures like myself of just like other stuff. Like I'm looking back at a lot of these photos I see and I'm like it's just bringing back so many memories and really happy times in my life. And I just wish that maybe I documented more stuff throughout this entire journey and while I was on the up. So yeah, that's something that I'm maybe a little bit sad I don't have. But yeah, that's where this all stemmed from, was putting all these photos into this Google Drive. So it is currently early June, and I turn 30 in a couple weeks, June 23rd. And when I started this journey and process, I never put a goal in mind. Like, I never put like a specific weight or size, because one, I actually don't really care how much I weigh, and I don't care what size I am. As long as I like what I look like, I'm totally fine with that. But I didn't want to put a specific number to it, because if I didn't hit it, I didn't want to be disappointed. So I've just let myself just continue to release weight naturally and just continue to watch the pounds shed and lower in numbers. And it's been in my head for everything that I have gone through and the reason why I got to this place in the first place. This is the best way for me to do it. Not rush into anything, let it happen slowly and take time. And I'm so, so happy I've done that. But the one goal that I did set was I would love to take a picture that I love on my 30th birthday. Now, over the past couple months, I've gotten in a lot more photos and I'm seeing myself in a lot more photos, and I'm actually starting to just fall back in love with myself and what I am seeing. And I can start to point out the positive traits about myself that I lost, or that I just forgot about, or that I just genuinely hated over the past couple years. So I'm getting in more photos and I'm starting to really like what I see, and I'm taking decent pictures. They're not all great, but like, we're in a better place. So I don't know if I'm going to take a picture that I love by my 30th birthday, but I am going to take pictures. That is something that like I want to make sure that no matter what, like it's documented, I have it. And I would love to find a picture that I love out of the pictures that I end up taking, but that is something that I've thought about for so long. Like, by your birthday, by June 23rd, 2025, you're going to take a picture that you love, because this is a big milestone in your life and you are on the right track. By the way, throughout all this, I have 60,000 photos on my phone. Now I recognize most of them are of my dog, of Woodley, but oh my god, I have so many pictures to go through to like be adding to this slideshow, which is really exciting. But yeah, that's a lot of pictures. I just can't wait to not care as much anymore. It was always about me making sure I was, at the right angle, or I was on my side, or people were blocking my arms in the photo, or I was blocking my stomach, or my legs weren't out. Like, that's how much I was absorbed. And I'm not saying that like I'm going to love every photo I take when I get to my ideal weight and size. Like, obviously, we are going to have days that maybe just don't work out, and pictures can be unflattering. But like, I can't wait to have just like a natural photo of me just like hanging out, like somebody just snapping, what's it called? Oh my god, hello. I'm sure people are screaming. Let me pause this. A candid photo. A candid. Like, I just want somebody to like snap a candid photo of me just like enjoying life, and me looking at it and being like, "Wow, that's really an awesome picture." Anyways, I'm sitting here watching the slideshow go by as I'm recording this, and it's just funny because every picture that pops up from the past, I do think about now, like, like what weight was I at that point in time? And I can cross reference and like try and figure it out, but I'm definitely comparing, and I'm like, okay, I'm excited to get to that milestone, and then I'm excited to get to the next milestone. And finally, like reliving these moments and seeing these pictures, it's actually just giving me more hope than anything, because I could not picture what was going to look like when this journey is over. Not that it'll ever be over, but you know what I mean. Like, when the weight is released and gone, I just pictured like, what is that going to look like for me? I can't picture it. And reliving a lot of these pictures, I think, is making it a lot easier for me. So I'm really very excited about that. If it's a Friday or Saturday night and you're listening to this and you want to get drunk, maybe take a shot every time I said the word picture or photo in this. I'm sure you would be hammered by now. But, anyways, thank you for listening as always. I appreciate it. Let me know your feedback, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.